What up?
All right, we are here. We are live. Daily Bread. Let's start off July hot as we end it June with Sosa and Rex. Here to get your daily dollar. Sosa, how you doing today?
Doing all right, man. Uh, you know, I hope everyone is having a great day, and I hope everyone has a great day. Everyone except for Aroldis Chapman. Um, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, except for him because
Do you know who's having a wonderful day?
he's a dick.
Bobby Bonilla. It's the
Oh,
day.
happy about
He's
to
having
day.
the days of days.
Oh man, he's having the greatest of days. Oh
Hey,
my
there's
goodness.
our man Casual checking in with us already. Like we said, July 1st, episode 10. Casual hit Sosa and I both up in the DMs today. He had a pretty nice day. Tailed some winners, had some winners of his own. So that's the way to cap, man. Come
He's
listen to some streams, listen to some info, make your own plays. If you like one, roll with it. But yeah, shout out to Casual. He had a good day. As usual, shout out to all of you watching us right now. We greatly appreciate your guys' support. We are live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So give us a follow, give us a like there, throw us a retweet, whatever you want to do. But let's get into it. Do we want to recap the NBA game whatsoever last night, or do we want to go right into Bucks versus Hawks?
we can recap a little bit if we want. We could do
All right.
that. Suns clips ended the way we thought it would happen. I'm not bald, baby. I got a solid hairline, my boy. I just like the designer. Don't play yourself now. See, you can't. Whew, that thing is solid. Don't do that. Don't do that now. I don't wear a hat. I don't wear hats because I'm bald. I wear hats because I like them. Oh man, you gotta post a comment. Uh, that's funny as hell. But yeah, the Suns handled business. They're in the NBA Finals for the first time in 28 years, which is a great accomplishment. Shout out to Chris Paul. We had him last night on his points. He handled business. Um, you know, it's for all Sun supporters, you got what you wanted. Your future bets are still alive. Clippers futures betters, it's over for you. I think we know that. Hopefully,
Ian prop block was sweaty as hell, but thank you, Reggie Jackson, for driving him right into him twice. He
good stuff.
blocked him twice, but
Plus money -1.5. That was a great call. Rex with NBA props.
It was all just Chris Paul last night. He was feeling it in the crowd, and then we'll switch off it real quick. Give the Suns their flowers. How dumb was Pat Bev there?
Oh man, that's just corny. Corny is never cool. That was so corny, man. And it didn't even look like Chris Paul said anything to him. Like he looked at him, and it is what it is, man. You're getting bodied. Like there's the ultimate rule in pro sports. If you don't want your opponent celebrating, stop them. Stop them. It's the only way. If you don't like it, then don't show up. But don't do sucker shit like that. And Pat Bev's like a solid dude,
Mm-hmm.
That for it to go down like that, that was extraordinarily corny. I can't respect that. Can't respect anything of the sort.
Yeah. What's up, Dan? But yeah, that was just corny. But Paul was in his head. Paul was in the crowd's head the whole night. Good for him. Finally gets to submit that legacy there. Let's get into the game tonight where, I don't know, is there more questions than answers for tonight's game?
Yeah, bruh, to say the very least. I mean, both the best players aren't going to play. I'm guessing Trey's probably GTD. I don't. Have they ruled him out completely? I haven't even checked.
Seems like if the Bucks are -3.
Yeah, I mean, with this matchup, man. Now I'm just looking at props, man. To be totally honest, again, it's the same for last night. I mean, bro, like this Bucks team should be better. Should be better than what the Hawks have without Trae Young. It's very difficult for me to pick them to win though, because they have somebody who, if I called him what I really wanted to call him, it would be completely politically incorrect, but incompetent, stupid, doesn't know what he's doing. These all are adjectives that fit Mike Budenholzer. The guy's an idiot. They thought they were just going to walk into the gym and walk out with a W. No attention to detail, no game plan, no nothing, no responsiveness, nothing. And then as soon as your best player goes out, you let your team just fall apart. I mean, they literally fell apart, went on a 10-0 run. Immediately, game was over. I say that to say the other guys have to step up now. When you have a great player like Giannis, it's the same sort of thing as losing a Trae Young. The other guys got to step up. You had time to game plan. Now it's time to make it happen. Now it's time to figure out what you did wrong, how it didn't work out, and to proceed to the next game. I still think this Bucks team is more talented. You can't let Lou Williams go for a dub piece. Can't let that happen, right? You can't let him go for 20 and 8 assists. No, can't let that happen. Bogdanovich, maybe he looked better than any game. He looked amazing. He was hitting all his threes. I didn't, there's nothing we could do. Nothing you can do. He's hitting everything. So with this game, I don't know what props you're on.
Let's stick with spread and total first. Are you laying off both of them? I'm
not touching either. I want to touch the spread. It's a 3-point spread. I like Milwaukee at the crib. I would parlay the money line Milwaukee if I was going to do anything. I'm still like Milwaukee.
You know what team
doesn't play? That's if Trae Young doesn't play.
Yeah, I was about to say, Wham, you know what team didn't attack Lou Will like every possession? The Sixers.
Bro. And Wham, you're on point, bro. It's when you know somebody can't play defense, you're supposed to make them work. You're supposed to make them work on the defensive end. You're supposed to go at Trae Young. You're supposed to go at the guy that is a defensive liability. That's basketball. That's smart. And they didn't do that. So what up, guys? Appreciate y'all hopping in. But yeah, they didn't do that. I think they do that tonight. I like Giroux to have a good game. I'm gonna get right into it now.
I was about to say, right before we get into it, this makes me want to play the over. Just because if Giannis and Trae are both out, I just think we just see complete, just open. I don't want to say pickup game style, but I just think first to 115 wins that one. And I just think that's going to be the mentality there.
I like that. I think it'll be a more open game. I think it's the thing that scares me is that you have a little bit of time to game plan without Giannis. Losing Giannis is huge, but it also helps you from a 3-point shooting standpoint, a free throw shooting standpoint, and pace that you play at. You can play at a fast pace even without Giannis, but it has to be a continuous thing. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to, like I said, to pick a winner. If I had to, I would parlay the money line for the Bucks just simply because they're the home team. They've shown us historically over the last 3 years at home they're great. And that would just be like my initial. That would be like if I had to gun to my head, that's what I would go with. -152, it's juiced. So they're expecting this Milwaukee team to play good in the absence of Giannis.
All right, props.
Now, props, the two guys that I would want to focus in on are Brook Lopez and Jrue Holiday. Brook Lopez obviously his role is going to be a little bit bigger. He's not just going to shoot threes. They're probably going to give him the ball on the block a little more and give him the free reign to actually try to score. I think he has to be the third option when you take Giannis out. It has to go Middleton. It has to go Jrue, Middleton, and it has to go to him, right? Like that's how it's got to be for me. So I think that Brook's going to have a good game. I like Brook. I'm heavy on some of Brook's props. I'm looking up his points right now, and his points right now are at over 13.5 for even money. I'm going to take that. That's a play that I love. And then Jrue Holiday's points is at 23.5. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go with Jrue's assist. And I like Jrue Holiday to get me 10 assists tonight. Over 9.5 assists. It's juiced at -150, but it's a good play. If you can get an alternate and bump it up one to 10.5, let me see what the number is. Over 10.5 assists. See now we're going
+117.
Right. Over 10.5, I love it, to be totally honest. He is gonna, at the end of the day, for me, I think like he is gonna play great. He's gonna distribute the ball. He's gonna run the offense, and the major beneficiary will be Brook Lopez. I believe that's the biggest beneficiary of Giannis being gone. Also like 3-point props tonight. And I'm gonna pull that up too for you guys. The prop The 3-point props that I like.
Bryn Forbes.
I don't think he's available, man. He's not available on some books, to be honest. They took him off. Yeah, he's not even on like FanDuel. If you have a prop on Bryn Forbes, please share it for threes in the comments if you could. I don't have it. Do you have one? I don't have him because he's not on this book.
Yeah, let me check my second real quick.
And also, the on DraftKings right now at plus 800, or plus 850, you can get Brook Lopez to record a double-double. Listen, Giannis is a 13, 14 rebound a game guy in this series. But with Brook Lopez having to move to play completely in the paint defensively, I expect him to be the anchor defensively. Because my book doesn't have blocks, but if you can get a prop on Brook Lopez blocks and Brook Lopez double-double, I would put some money on both.
Yeah, over 2.5 is 250. Over 1.5 is minus 143.
Over 2.5 blocks?
Yeah, 250, 1.5 minus 143.
So it's plus 250?
For 2.5.
Wow. See, the 1.5 is a great partly 1.5 at that number I would take. I think Brook, those are just little things that I'm looking at from like hit from Giannis being gone. Those two things being a thing. Giroux points and assists. Yeah. I mean, brother, he's got to perform well. He has to perform well for them to win. I honestly believe he will, and it won't be an issue. I like Milwaukee to win the game, but I don't want to come out here and say they're going to beat them by 10 or beat them. Maybe later on you'll get that out of me. I'll post it on Twitter. But I don't want to say anything until we know the status of Trae Young. Trae Young's status is going to change everything in this game because Giannis being out is huge, and being at a disadvantage from a coaching standpoint doesn't help.
No.
So those are two things I would be cognizant of if I was betting this game outside of the props. A couple other guys that may have something to say.
The one thing I'm seeing is they're limiting on a lot of books, even DraftKings, the Bucks bench. Like they're not putting out any numbers for anyone coming off that bench because they have no idea who's potentially going to pop off for them with the loss of Giannis.
Because I wanted to find I can't get Bobby Portis.
Nope.
The prop that I wanted to find was Bobby Portis rebounds. He is going to be a direct beneficiary. The two guys that you would look at to benefit the most with Giannis out are Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez. If you can get props on those guys, they're worth the ticket. Because you got to think about the usage of Giannis. He's used so much on both ends of the floor that you have to attempt to replace an extraordinary amount of production.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the number one thing if you're betting this game. Who's going to benefit the most from him? The other guy, I'm going to go with your boy, Red Velvet. We're running it back points. We're running it back. I don't care. We're going with it. He's shown that he's a baller, man. People forget Kevin Huerter was a first-round pick, over 13.5 points at minus 106. Lock it in. Let's get it done. Yes, sir. And look, today I have all my baseball plays already ready because they were early, so I don't even have to look at this stuff. I already have all my other stuff ready. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have in regards to the game. Is there anything that you like or that you wanted to?
Come at me, bro, is saying Bucks first quarter that you can get that minus 1.5 at minus 105.
Not a bad look.
No, not a bad look.
I would take that bet. So we can run it back later. I will 100% take that bet with you if Trae Young's not playing. If we know,
I think that balloons.
That's the problem. So it's a lottery ticket right now because we don't have any certainty on if he's playing. If Trae Young plays, it changes everything. I think anybody who knows anything about basketball would agree with that. It changes everything. It changes the way Lou Williams played in the last game. It changes the way every guard plays because he dominates the ball. Don't just think, he's going to pop up, put up 30 and get 11 assists, they win the game. It's not going to be that simple.
So my thoughts was if Trey ends up playing, do we see this get down to the pick like a -1 on each side?
I think it
'Cause
might. I think it might swing the line.
You might say it would do a 4-point swing.
Yeah, I think they'd swing. I think it would swing the line, to be honest with you, especially knowing that Giannis is gone. The only reason it would probably stay at on the Buck side is they're going to give him the benefit of home court.
I think that's where it's going to start. Then the public's going to push it over the edge and pile on. So that's where I'm honestly going to play the Bucks if Trey's playing. That's the way I'm waiting for this one out. I'm going to go once the line finally hits the most plateau, I'll tweet it out, but I'm going to be on the Bucks in some sort of way. Don't want to lay the -3 pregame just because there's no reason to do that, because unless Trey's confirmed out, that might move to only 4. So that's where if Trey plays, I'm definitely going to be on the Bucks. Go a little contrarian there for you.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Me personally, again, I'm not giving a winner. I said if I had to, I would go with the Bucks as well. If I had to, but no official on that yet. Just for all the reasons you just said.
And then the 6.5 on the Brook Lopez at +105 rebounds.
Let's lock that in.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. That's my second one. Those are my two plays.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about tomorrow when it's clipped. You'll see it out on the timeline later. But yes, Brook Lopez over 6.5. Sosa and I share that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get into the sport that broke your heart late at night last night. No. Still a good day. Still a great day. But
it didn't break my heart that bad. What broke my heart was like a couple of my homies texting me like in disbelief of how the Yankees tricked off that game. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. That was the worst. One of the worst you'll ever see. Ever. Holy shit.
Everyone got smacked. No one could come in there and do anything.
What? Man, I'm going to get right to it. All right. Houston gave away 3 games to the Baltimore Orioles. I think that was some here you go, Vegas bullshit. I'm going back to the Houston Astros. Juice money line at -188. Parlay it with the Athletics money line at -172. Let me get you the exact number on it. Both those games are later on. It's an early slate for baseball, and the one game's already started. Baseball. If you parlay those two together, you money line the. Let me see the exact numbers. Do you have it on yours? A's and Astros.
Getting called out by betting and heels on the stream while you're trying to do some math.
What'd she say?
She just said, "Hey, Sosa."
Oh, hey. Hello. So right now that 2 team is at +142. Which is lovely for a 2-team favorite. That's what I would roll with. My other plays that I have for the people today are I'm going with the Dodgers first 5. Money line actually run line is at plus money. I would take it that in a heartbeat against Patrick Corbin, who's been nothing great all year. He's been very average. And I have a couple plays in regards to the spin rate doctor. The spin rate doctor has gotten with us. We're going to get him on here. We're going to get him on here one of these days. I don't want to haven't really rocked out with him yet. But spin rate doctor is telling me to go with Corbin Burns under 7.5 strikeouts tonight. It's at -140. I don't know what number you get it at. According to spin rate doctor, Corbin Burns is going to go under 7.5 strikeouts. And there's one more of those.
And real quick for any new viewers, spin rate doctors basically let you know who is using the sticky stuff and who's going to see a decline. So to find value on taking their under props.
And the other guy that I went with, the game's already started. So let me get the third.
You can
guy.
still bet it live. It's
right.
Seattle's up 2-0 on the Jays right now.
Oh, great. What a wonderful start. They just need to hit. Ryu, my goodness, he's unbelievable. He's supposed to be their number one. If he can't get him a quality start, then the Jays are in trouble. And the third guy is Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly, the starter for the Diamondbacks today. Listen, I personally like the Giants. Merrill Kelly's strikeouts today is at under 4.5. That's at -145. Give me that. Those are purely based on spin rate, doctor. I'm not putting the house on it. Maybe a quarter unit max. But it's just, and I'm parlaying both of them. I'm not pulling the hard. I'm doing not doing the whole thing. So a half unit max.
So you're doing Merrill Kelly and Corbin.
And Corbin Burns under 7.5. It's just, the numbers that I've been getting from that guy are just absolutely astronomical based on the plays that he's done since the 10th of June when this became a thing where he started using the model of data the model that he's been using. His bets are 28 and 11. So he's a really humble kid, really humble dude. So I'm trying to get something in the works with him because I believe that this situation really could be the biggest outlier in baseball this season. And
especially before they adjust. Because I got that at +188 if you parlay those two together.
Exactly. So like if they hit, cool. We're always in search of an edge. This is something that can give you an edge in baseball over the next 6 weeks. 6 weeks of baseball. Come on.
Gets you that bankroll to play with the rest to lose it.
Absolutely.
Unless you're tailing Sosa, then you won't lose it.
Right. Well, then we'll just be good to go on a regular. That's what I have for today for baseball. Best of luck to everyone. Hopefully Vlad Guerrero can get his head out of his ass. He decided to have his worst game of the season last night. Didn't really fucking appreciate that, Vlad. Get it together.
So we had 2 write-in for baseballs from Betting and Heels. So let's just touch on them real quick. She likes the Reds. San Diego going to Cincy. Reds look like they're a small favorite at like -115, -110, depending on your book there. You got Castillo versus Weather.
This is the 4th game of the series, I believe. And I believe that Cincinnati is playing for a split of a 4-game set. I cannot endorse Luis Castillo. I just can't. I don't have it in me to do it. My only play for this game was actually the San Diego Padres team total over 4.5. And that's a great value at -115. It's just both pitching staffs are so inconsistent. The Reds play better at home. San Diego seems to play average against everybody except the fucking Dodgers, who they just whoop our ass. It's crazy. They play average baseball against everyone else, and they beat the shit out of the Dodgers. It's crazy. They're
going for the sweep here. They've won the last 2.
My bad. So that would explain why the Reds are slightly favored because they're calling them to avoid a sweep. It's not that. Then nah. I'm still preferring the team total over 4.5, and I have to fade the Reds in this situation. I thought they won them games. They were really close. One of them was just high scoring because, like I said, I didn't pick a winner in any of them. I took team totals because that's what you were going to get. It's just they both, like I said, the Reds hit better at home, and San Diego. I don't know how the fuck they won both those games. But like I said, it's just if I had to pick, it would be the team total over for the San Diego Padres, and I would fade Castillo in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I like to key in on team streaking if I do. When I do bet baseball, and the Padres are on the 3-game winning streak, they're 12-5 when they're on winning streaks of more than 3 games. And the next one coming up. So potential little trend if they mean anything to you. I never think it's a basis just to justify your bet, but it's a good thing to have in your back pocket if you already like the matchup and you see that.
So what other goal do you have?
It was D-backs was the other comment we got in.
I can understand the angle of taking the D-backs at home. They've been very competitive the first 5 of games. But
it's spin rate, doctor.
Spin rate doctor says the Diamondbacks are going to lose today, so I'm going with the spin rate doctor. He's been on point with everything he sent out. So we're just going to fade Kelly again, and it's so hard to bet on a team that's 40 games under 500 before the All-Star break, bro. Like it's I don't have it in me to do it. I just can't do it. 40 games under 500 before the All-Star break. Holy fuck. The Brewers matchup. I have no picks on a winner. The one play I have in the game is Corbin Burns under 7.5 strikeouts. That's it. That's the only play that I have in the game. Although I did put in a futures ticket on the Brewers about a month ago because I know they have the best pitching staff in baseball. If you can still get futures bets on them, take them because they're a good team. They're gonna have something to say at the end of the season, I believe. Let's with Corbin faded strikeouts. There it is. What the people have all been waiting for.
They all want the footy action as we get more baseball questions. So Casual, we'll hit up that question right after we cap off the MLS real quick. One match tonight. So say your fantasy lineup. Sosa, I know you play fantasy MLS, so it does lock tonight. So Portland, it was the team we faded and hit the big money dog on Saturday. They're on the road today against Austin, who's sitting at a plus 115 favorite. Opened the new stadium, third game there, have yet to win. Both have been 0-0 draw, so great time to welcome your fans in, and no goals there yet.
I saw McConaughey with the drum. That was crazy.
Yeah, so there's three things that really stick out to me here. Not everybody's injured, but it looks like Portland got Steve Clark back, which is their goalie, which is huge because Ketter stunk in that. Before that, they had a guy who just graduated high school this summer, played one match for them in goal as well. So that's why we were on the fade Portland pretty hard, but with Steve Clark back, it's going to start looking better once they get guys back from there. So that's the one angle. With plus 115 on both sides are kind of banged up. Kind of makes me want to lean to Hungry Dog and MLS in Portland, but not locking in any money line play till we see the lineups. A second, both games at Austin so far have been 0-0 draws. You're giving me a juiced over 2.5 minus 125. You can get the under 2.5 at even here. This is kind of one, do you ride the trend or does it buck this game? And so I don't ever feel confident playing MLS unders. We've talked about this before, but the last two games are going to tell you this one's going to be a snoozer. And if you like the total, definitely bet this one live because I don't think we see a quick one tonight here. So you could get a potential 2 or better 2.5 price.
Well, there you have it. Well, if anything official, I'm sure you'll drop it up. You'll drop it off on the timeline for the people.
Yeah. Got to see the lineups. Nothing official. Portland plus like 0.5 or on the pick, draw no bet. That's my strongest lean of the night that I would have in that game is just to get money if they draw.
And for anybody that's on, join us tonight. We're going to go tonight. We're going to do full review of today, or not necessarily a review of today, but we're going to do a full preview of soccer for tomorrow, and a couple other things. Rex is going on vacation. What are you doing for the holidays? He's getting out of town, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Portland, but we'll still stream for in the morning on Saturday and Sunday. We'll still make that work. But yeah, tomorrow midday stream. Look for someone else to be here next to Sosa.
Yeah, I might have. I'm gonna have another guest tomorrow. We're gonna try to make it happen. But other than that, yeah, man. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy the weekend, man. Get some R&R, man.
Get some R&R, but make sure to keep your notifications on Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch to catch our plays real quick for the day before you go hit your barbecue, before you go get sunburn, whatever the hell you're going to do this weekend. Enjoy it. We'll still give you out your winners, so make sure you follow us, give us a subscribe, give us a like. We appreciate all you guys always tuning in. We'll see you.
Peace.